Hey guys, welcome back to Callie and Bean's Books. I'm Brittany. I'll be doing another installment of my book corner. I'm combining July and August. In July, I was kind of dealing with my black eye from work. I kind of discussed that in our Lion King review. If you haven't seen that, you can go check it out. We'll link it below. I didn't really read much in July. I had a lot going on in my life, so I didn't really get a chance to read. Without further ado, here we go. So in July, I read 3 books. So the first book I finished in July was Archenemies by Marissa Meyer. We did read Renegades as our June book of the month. So you can kind of go check that out if you want the full synopsis. We also have some spoiler reviews in there too. So if you have read the series, or at least the first book, you kind of can check that out. I won't go into spoilers with Archenemies just because that's not very fair to you guys. I did give this a 4-star. Thoroughly enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed the story development, seeing more of Nova and Adrian's relationship blossom and grow. Also looking at how Nova was kind of struggling and getting that suspense for, oh my gosh, she's gonna get caught, versus nah, she's good. And then also getting Adrian's development on kind of seeing how the Renegades work and starting to really believe what Nova's ideas are, but not to the extreme where Nova's kind of falling in line with those beliefs. Didn't really like that there wasn't a lot of action. There was, I think, 2 or 3 scenes where there was action. Otherwise, it was just a lot of plot building. If you like the plot, that's fine. Otherwise, I wish there was just a little bit more action scenes. The ending gave me feels, and I really can't wait for November where we get Supernova, so I'm looking forward to that. I needed a break in between some YA fantasy and fiction, so I read The Unhoneymooners by Christina. Gave this book a 5-star. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was kind of just escaping into a romance and follows 2 characters. It's kind of that enemies to lovers trope. I absolutely love it. Sometimes it goes poorly, but in this one it was perfect. Follows the couple who is Olive and Ethan. Olive's twin sister gets married and something happens where she can't go on her honeymoon, so Olive takes her place, and her twin sister's groom's brother goes in his place, and those are the enemies that, you know, turn to lovers, and they're in Hawaii and get steamy and all about it. It was great. Christina is quickly turning into a auto buy for myself. Absolutely love this book and totally recommend it. Finally got to reading Aurora Rising by Amie, Kaufmann, and Kristoff. Absolutely love these 2 authors. Absolutely love this book. I gave it a 4.5 star. There was just still something missing, and I think that'll be answered because this is the first of a series. So it follows 7 characters. 6 of them just graduated from this academy. The 7th is like this mystery girl, and they're kind of going around. It's setting up for this big battle. Pretty much a war is breaking out that they had no idea was brewing, and at the center of it is this mysterious girl. So it follows these 7 characters trying to figure out what is happening with their history, and there's a weird romance that's kind of put in there, but it's in the back burner. It's overall amazing and highly recommend. So my July bank account got real sad because I bought a lot of books. This is just my book outlet order from July. So I won't really get into all of the titles and what they're about. I'll just kind of go through which ones I got. So I got Stay Sweet by Siobhan Vivian. I got 13 Minutes by Sarah Pinborough. I got Lady Smoke by Laura Sebastian, which is the sequel to Ash Princess. So the next one was As She Ascends by Jodi Meadows, which is the sequel to Before She Ignites. I got Sarah Henning's Sea Witch. This is the 3rd book in the Lawless series. It is Revenge by Lexi Blake. I got the first 2 in my June haul, not realizing this was still on Book Outlet, so I snagged this one. And then the last one I got was 3 Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. So that was my Book Outlet haul. I also got into the Facebook for sale sites thanks to Callison, where I picked up Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian, and the Owl Crate edition of Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Ngan. And then, obviously, can't really go a whole month without going to Barnes & Noble and not buying anything, so I also got Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. This was our July book of the month, so I won't really get into this one in my August reads because we did a whole talk on it for our July book of the month. You can watch that video, link is below. So with my August reads, I'll just go right into it. Since I finished this in August, gave it a 3.5. I won't really get into it now because we talked a lot about it as the whole group. Overall, there were things missing. I know this is the beginning of a series. The second one, Greythorn, comes out in February. I'll still probably read it, but my expectations are very high, just because it was kind of all over the place for me. So next, after Bloodleaf, I was debating between a couple of different books that I wanted to read. Candle in the Flame was one. It has a very intricate magic system, intricate characters list, so I'm gonna hold off on that one. And I picked up Four Dead Queens by Astrid Scholte. I absolutely love this book, guys. Like 5 out of 5. And 10 out of 10 recommend. I had a lot going into this just because Callison's talked about it with me, and I absolutely love this cover. It is the Owl Crate edition, and it was a steal off the Facebook Marketplace, and I appreciate it greatly. It follows a girl. She is kind of one of the best thieves out there, and she kind of is thrust into the mystery surrounding the 4 dead queens that rule over this nation, and she just kind of has to follow these clues that she has in this memory chip that she ingests, and there's a huge twist at the end, and I absolutely loved following the perspective of the queens, of our main character. There's kind of a bit of a romance that develops, but it's a slow burn, and I finally found a slow burn that I actually appreciate. And it ends in the weirdest way possible that I absolutely loved. I'm a little upset that this was a standalone. I kind of wish that there was a little bit more, but still it kind of ended with a nice little bow on top. I look forward to reading more from Astrid Scholte. This was her debut, and it was a hell of a debut. So this was also my first book I bought in August, I believe. It was towards the end of July, so I kind of can't remember exactly, but this was the only book I bought off the Facebook Market, and absolutely loved it. Next, I kind of went all over the place with my haul in August so far. So the first 4 that I'm going to talk about, I got actually from Callison because she was doing some unhauling of herself. So I got Hunted by Meagan Spooner. I like this cover. It's very pretty. And then I got the Frostblood series here from her as well. So it's a nice addition to my shelf. And then Callison also introduced me to half-price books, and I'm a little obsessed. So I picked up, we went twice this month, once at the beginning and just today as well, because we needed something to do because my internet is out, so that's fun. So the beginning of the month, I picked up the first 2 of the Lifeblood series. I saw these at Barnes & Noble a couple months ago, and I was like, I'm very intrigued. So I took a step back, and I was like, I'll wait, and so I got the first 2. The third one, I'm just going to keep my eye out, just to see if I can find a deal for. Haven't really heard much, but I'm actually kind of excited to read these. And then, slowly but surely, I'm getting myself the Lunar Chronicles. So I got Scarlet and Cress, separate trips, but nonetheless got the next 2. So that's going to be my slow collection that I'm getting. And then, of course, we are reading Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone this month and into September, because we're going to do a review of the differences between the book and the movie. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be the first week of September. So this is my current read, actually, so I can get this done. Fun facts, I've only read Harry Potter once, and I never actually finished it. So I'm actually going to read the whole series and actually finish it this time, and I'm very excited to do that. So that is my current read. And then I kind of have 2 others that I got from Barnes & Noble this month. Got Sea Witch Rising. release day. We actually had to ask for it because it wasn't on the shelf yet. So this is the second of the duology for Sea Witch. And can we just appreciate the cover? Very pretty. Look at it. And then the other one I got was A Dress for the Wicked. I thought this was coming out in May, and I got really excited when we did some May anticipated reads back in April. And then my dreams were shattered when I realized it came out in August. So I've had my eye on this one. I'm really excited to read this. This is also part of my floating TBR for September, after I get done with Harry Potter and then a couple of other books. So I want to read. So we're actually doing two things this month. We're reading Harry Potter and we're also going to read Fangirl. So we're going to take a step back from the YA fantasy world and kind of do a contemporary. So keep an eye out on this. This will probably, our review for this one will be probably mid-September, most likely, after we get past Harry Potter. Ooh, I'm also going to read Before She Ignites and As She Ascends, because the final book comes out September 10th, and that is also one of my anticipated reads. I'm not going to get into my full anticipated reads because Kelly and Beans are going to do that next week. There's a lot that are overlapping, so they're just going to mention mine when they mention theirs. So that's all I have for today. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our videos. We post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. If you want to click that little bell icon, you'll get notified when we post new videos. And be sure to follow us on Instagram. Our individual handles as well as our joint account will be listed below, as well as our Goodreads. So until next time, bye!